Hello and welcome to episode 117 of the Talk Nintendo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Casey Gibson, and joining me this fine evening, the one, the only, Jerkum.
So right before we started recording, I took Eleanor out to go to the bathroom outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's a kind of a funny way to put it. She went out to go urinate outside.
She had to go.
I opened the door to her backyard, and she ran around the corner, and then she ran up to this cat that was out there like eating food. You know?
Mm-hmm.
There was a cat, and I
was
like,
it a dead bird?
Nope, I don't know what it was, but then she started kind of playing, and then it was behind like a trash can. And I looked at it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a possum.
Oh,
it's a huge possum. And Eleanor was like gonna play with it, and you could see Eleanor was like, she was like,
well, she's a big gal, ain't she?
Oh yeah, but she was like, oh yeah, let's play. Oh wait a second, you're not a dog.
Yeah.
And
What
you're not
are
a cat
you?
either. What the heck are you? Like she's kind of like, but the possum was
Intrigued.
kind of like, the possum was totally like defense mode, like had its mouth open, like,
Oh, I
what
bet.
are you doing? And then so I told Eleanor to go back inside, and she just went back inside. And I got my broom, and I'm standing there, like face off with with this possum.
Come on, boy.
Like I'm like possum. I'm ready to go down, and don't worry, like you're not gonna win. But I didn't want to hurt it, So I was just trying to shoo it away. I was like, just shoo, like waving my broom at it.
I wish I could have seen this.
It gets better. It wasn't moving, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna have this possum be. Like, I think that it owns like my house. Like, no, this is my house, So I was like, and I don't want to hurt it. Like the last thing I want to do is hurt animals. But I took the broom and I just started flinging just a little bit of snow, like tufts of snow, not like
so you
big
had
things.
a snowball fight with a
No,
possum?
it was. Wasn't very much of a fight. It was more like I was dusting it with flurries, and it was just kind of like I saw the flurries like melting on its snout and like dripping down like its face.
Was this thing alive?
Open, yes, it was alive, and I'm like, what are you doing? And I just and so then I started like getting the snow a little bigger, like would you just go away, and finally just kind of like turned around and like walked away like in the most like
He was annoyed.
Yeah,
this son of a gun comes over here. He sends his dog at me at first, and then he comes over and he dusts me with snow.
I know, like he was the one acting like the old man.
So he was a Jimmy covered in snow.
Yeah, he was. He was all covered in snow. Yes, it's So then he just went out, and I think that what I was thinking is I bet it was hiding its baby. I bet it was scared for its babies or something that was nearby and like in a bush. And
here you are.
I was like looking around.
The perk man. You jerk.
Waving a broom at it. I didn't do anything to that thing.
You just told me you hit it with snow.
I dusted it with some snow.
You pelted it.
I shoveled
ice balls,
snow
huh?
with. I shoveled
they were
the top
blocks of ice, practically.
No,
shards.
Like,
you were throwing dart ice.
I was not. No, I was not doing any of that.
You throwing icicle darts at him?
Rest assured, I was ready to throw down. I'm serious. I was like, if this thing's coming at me, I'm gonna kick it so freaking hard in the face that it's gonna fly into the forest, and I will not look it back because I'm not gonna have a possum. Like, I'm not gonna have a possum own me. I'm sorry.
I get a text like, man, it's 9:45. I wonder where Perry is.
He's outside with the possum. Oh, yeah.
I'm down. I'm in his lair.
Yeah. But anyway, he backed off.
Well, you heard that. Perry, tougher than a possum.
Oh, I'm tougher than a possum. Did I ever tell you about how I grew up and I always said, like, people are always so scared of mountain lions. And I always said, if I saw a mountain lion, I could take one. I said that as a kid,
if you
right?
got down to it, push comes to shove.
I was like, what is the big deal? It's just like a cat thing. And I realized that this whole time, I thought a mountain lion was a bobcat. This was like 10 years ago or even more longer, when I realized that, oh, no, mountain lions are actual lions.
Oh, yeah, they're mean.
I mean, they're huge.
I think
like,
a bobcat would do you in, too.
I could probably kick a bobcat.
I mean, let's see.
If it came down to it.
Average bobcat size.
Yeah.
Let's see. Because it's like, I think you're probably underestimating 20 pounds.
See, 20 pounds? Are you kidding me?
All right, that's a little
I
small.
just lifted a Hershey's chocolate bar that was 20 pounds.
Well, but I'm looking at the picture. It might be 20 pounds. But that's still big old
no,
cat,
I mean,
man.
it'll put up a fight. It'll
bite you good. Those
but
claws
like
are probably mean.
Eleanor's 70 pounds, and I could take Eleanor.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, Eleanor is just a big sweetheart.
She is a sweetheart.
This bobcat's going to be like, if you come around,
Dude,
waving
mean,
your
man.
shovel and trying to throw snow at it, it's going to kill you.
I would never use a shovel. I got my trusty broom. Broom in the night sky.
Broom in the night sky. There we have it. It all comes full circle.
Anywho, anyway,
yeah.
What are we doing? Oh,
well,
we're talking some games.
We got some games to talk about,
right?
Yeah, we got some games to talk about. We do have a very special guest joining us a little bit later on, Victor, who has worked on Kingdom 2 Crowns, which we'll be talking about in a minute, and also Dundara. He's done some really fantastic art, so you definitely want to stick around to listen to that little interview we have coming up. But yeah, let's get into what we've been playing. And I think, like I said, I just mentioned it, and you've been playing, and me very much less. I have not played enough of Kingdom 2 Crowns to talk about it, but you have.
Kingdom 2 Crowns. Oh my goodness, dude. So, this is my plan, just so everyone knows. I want to do a spoiler cast. Me and you and someone, or just us, in a few weeks.
Just the two of us.
But I really want to go all out on this game.
Just the 2 crowns and us.
Yeah, just us. Me and Casey, 2 crowns. Yeah, maybe Jill can join in too.
I'm out
because she played the whole game. But yeah, so we will get into the nitty-gritty sometime. And but yes, I got the pleasure of reviewing the game for NWR as I reviewed the first game.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Casey. And they also sent us a code for the podcast, so that's why Casey has it as well. And so yeah, Kingdom 2 Crowns, the sequel to New Lands. I've been waiting for this game. This is the game I've been looking forward to literally most than
anything.
Than anything. Like with Smash, I've played 10 times more Kingdom than I have Smash. That's just because
you're probably the only person in the entire world.
Dude, I'm the only one with the review out.
Yeah, I guess you know what, everyone. Honestly, like everyone's probably busy playing Smash, and they're probably like, "Well, we'll get to it."
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it makes, but I was just so looking forward to it. And what happened was, I can't remember what day we got. I mean, I remember we got into the most of it on Smash Day, and so over the weekend. But Jill and I, we basically marathoned the game like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And like all day. I mean, it was like from like 1 to like 8 p.m. on both days. It was amazing. And so it's this Kingdom, but it's cooperative, completely cooperative. I mean, the first Kingdom is cooperative for sure. Just you don't get to have two. I mean, having 2 people there is really helpful because that's like having 2 processors. Like that, you could be thinking, "Oh my goodness, yes, you're right. I need to go back and do this," and they can remind you, and you should be doing that. It's just having another person there to tell you to help strategize. It's just it works. The first one, and it's cool. I've seen comments on my review on the video that like it's someone's like it's me and my girlfriend's favorite game, and like we can't wait to play it. And then I've heard from other people. From Victor too, that it was, that a lot of people have seemed to, it's a great couples game. So,
because it is very sort of slow paced and methodical, where you can sort of both, and that could be one where, I mean, I know in 2 Crowns, like you said, it's multiplayer where you each get a control, but even in the first one, it's one of those you could pass the controller off, on like a day-night cycle. Like you take this day, I'll take the you take the next one, and we could sort of alternate.
I mean, it becomes a thing where it's like, it's cool because it's like the controlling is not anything. It's really the thinking and the I can't wait to see. My horse cannot be fast enough right now to see what's going on at this part of my map. And I mean, it's very exciting to where, like you said, like if we were like, it's almost like you're not even controlling the game. You're just kind of watching, and like you don't feel like you're actually using control. You're just kind of like in the environment and stuff. So it just works good. But now with Two Crowns, having two people to play, well, first of all, it's just, I mean, the ability is crazy because it really doubles the amount of power you have. I mean, it really does. I mean, you can hold more money. You can cover two sides at once.
Well,
it's totally independent.
I would say that's the one huge perk to me. I mean, being, like I said, admittedly being very novice at the game, like I haven't played a ton of either one. But yeah, just to be able to be like, you take the right, I'm taking the left, seems like a huge option.
It is.
Or a plus.
Yeah, and the game, it does not scale depending on if you're playing solo or with a person. So it works. Like you're gonna want to play co-op because it's just as hard, but yeah, I can't wait to. The thing is with this game, and I know that I say this, but this really is a game about discovery. I mean, that's part of the gameplay is discovery. Like it really is. And like to fully appreciate it. So that's why I really want to have a spoiler cast where people can have time to talk about it, or just so if people want to send questions and stuff, we can talk about that too. But it's so much fun, guys, and I if you have someone to play with, the only thing that I would say that could be a deterrent is that if you're just gonna play it solo, it's gonna get like ridiculously hard. But
that was sort of the case with the first game too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And this game ditches the roguelite, so if you fail, then it just starts you off on that island, and you can try it again. I mean, to be honest, Jill and I didn't die once.
Professionals.
I mean, that's just that we are. I mean, it got so crazy. It got so bad, Casey, where, where it just we were down to one guy. I mean, it was like if we didn't have that one archer right there in our town, then we would have no way to get any money right now, and we would just be dead. Like it came down to one thing, and that's happened a couple times, where you just feel like, oh my goodness, like they are attacking, they are spawning, and they like it's all over. Like there's no reason, just throw the switch away. Like there's it's nothing's happening. But then it's like you just gotta be determined and be like, no, it can come back. And the way it's designed is it's perfect to come back from that. And there's seasons. There's a season cycle, and in the first game, once you hit winter, that was kind of it. It just stayed winter, and everything dries up, and it just makes it incredibly hard to get anything. I mean, you can
gotta weather the storm, baby.
Yeah, but this one, the spring comes back, and I tell you what, there is nothing better than the feeling of surviving the winter and the onslaught. And getting to where, oh my goodness, I'm going to start raking in gold again because animals are coming back and farms are being able to thrive. It's amazing. I mean, it's an amazing feeling. So check out my video review. I purposely made it spoiler free because I just think that's what you need to do. Well,
of course, yeah. Yeah, like you said, it's all about sort of...
Yeah, it is, and all of the footage in there is really early, just to kind of show you. It shows you how co-op works and stuff like that. But guys, this game does not disappoint, and Jill told me that this is her favorite game of all time.
Well, bam. Do we know what her favorite game of all time was before this?
I could ask. I bet it was Epic Yarn.
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, or Kingdom.
Yeah, the original Kingdom.
I mean, but she definitely says she likes this better, and you know what? We beat it. We beat the game, and we can't wait to dive into the second campaign that just released today, which is just. That makes me so giddy, dude, because it looks so good. I can't wait to play through it. It's brilliantly designed, tough, but you work through it, and we did it, and it's epic. Every island. I'm not gonna say anything more. It just gets epic. It's amazing, dude. So I can't wait to talk more about it. I also really want to emphasize. Seriously, because if anyone is playing and I had to do this a few times with David from Raw Fury. I had to email him just about stuff, because there's the nice thing about the first game is like there were guides when Kingdom came out on Switch, but this game isn't out yet. And there's
it's
nothing.
fresh.
Like, there's literally nothing out. So I had to ask like, would this and this and this. If anyone has any questions about strategies, about what things do, about anything. Email me or tweet at me, like DM me or anything. Email me at perry@nintendoworldreport.com. I would glad to help because it helps so much. Like it'll give. I mean,
just a little bit of that
guidance.
Yeah.
And to me, I view that like, like talking to your friends at school.
The old schoolyard, eh?
That's like what it's like, So seriously, I would love to help anyone playing this game because this game's amazing. So, all right, I'm done. I'm done with my Kingdom spiel. You'll probably hear more later. Well,
I know you do enjoy talking about a good kingdom.
I do, man. But we'll hear more about it because I'll probably talk about how I beat Shogun next week.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of more, and then eventually, I'm gonna probably talk about it at some point. And then next thing you know, it's that's like a whole month's worth
spoiler cast.
Of the goodness.
Yep. And we'll definitely be talking about it on a certain Game of the Year list.
Oh, man, that's coming up before we even know it.
Yeah, December.
Ay, caramba.
Now, speaking of games that come out in December that are going to make it on top of the year lists.
Is it Smash Brothers? I'm actually excited to see what song you pick for that there, because there's so many good songs in this game. But
they're pretty epic, aren't they?
But yeah, I guess before we get into the music, which we probably should talk about, but yeah, Smash Brothers Ultimate, it's come out. I am willing to bet that like 98% of the people listening to this have probably already played it. So or are continuously playing it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
do we have sales data on this yet?
Not yet that I've seen. I'm sure. I bet you once it hits 1 week, it'll probably be like, hey, we sold 10 million copies in a week or something, whatever. But but yeah, so Smash Brothers. Got into it a little bit on Thursday night / Friday morning, and then played a bunch more Friday. We played some over the weekend, and I'm slowly but surely going through and unlocking everyone. The game feels really great. I mean, it's more Smash. They've added some things. Excuse me. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about like the killing hit, like when you KO someone, how it sort of zooms in and like shows that sort of like the haymaker hit, before they go flying off the screen. But like, I think I like that. I think at first it was a little jarring, like okay, but I think it adds a little bit more oomph to it,
Is that on just 1v1?
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember if when playing with Alex if we.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'll have to check,
Anyway.
but yeah, it gives a little bit more oomph to the shot there. But
yeah,
you also don't necessarily die because I've gotten that hit before and then ended up living.
Right.
But yeah, so
or you've dealt that hit and that person ended up living.
Yeah, and you're like, what the heck is this baloney?
Yeah.
This bologna.
Yeah, this blog.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess we can go over a few of the modes. I mean, like I said, it's crisp. It's Smash. Like
very crisp.
It feels like Smash 4, but like you could tell they've tweaked
Yes.
around with it. You know, there are characters like Link is completely revamped, I guess I should say. You know, where it's
Overhauled.
like overhauled. That's the word I was looking for. You know,
Well, I wouldn't say
like
it's completely revamped. I mean, the bombs.
the
remote
bombs, the grabs are different. Like he doesn't
Okay.
he doesn't have a hook shot. You know, so you got now it's up close and
doesn't?
personal. No, I mean Breath of the Wild never. You know, there's no hook shot.
Interesting.
So
yeah, you're right.
so the grabs. Excuse me. The grabs are way different.
Yeah.
So
I've played with him once, and funnily enough, I loved playing as Link before on Smash 4, but like I never I wasn't big on playing with him.
well,
he's
then
a great fighter.
then you
but
got to
yeah, I
go
just
to
didn't play him that
your
much.
boy Toon Link or Young Link, because then you still get.
Yes.
Because what I like I think that bomb stinks. I think it probably has some good functionality, and I'm sure if you got good at it, it'd be one of those where it's like, oh, I could sort of throw it and
Dude, a
leave it
remote
on the
bomb?
floor.
See, I didn't understand that it was a remote bomb. So like I was like waiting for it to explode for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, what the heck?
Are you gonna explode or what?
No, see, like I prefer like it just to blow up on its timer or whatever, you know. Because it's like I feel like when I throw a bomb out there,
Yeah,
it's
but
sort
you
of
can explode it at any time you want.
Yeah, but like then you need to worry about exploding it. It's like I like
Yeah,
being like, oh, I
but
can
that's
throw.
the trade-off.
Yeah, but I guess, but I don't like it.
You don't like it for now.
Nope. And well, I don't honestly play all that much Link anyway.
Yeah,
But-
and that's how I was too. I never got into the. I remember Aaron. Aaron was huge into Link for a while with his he was unstoppable with the bomb just specifically for that. So
Well, yeah, that's
it's interesting, right? That they overworked. I mean, that they changed one of the mainstays, right? I mean,
It makes sense though because it's like you still have Young Link and Toon Link, which it's like they were all pretty similar, you know. So it's like to have like, all right, we can mess with the OG Link and give him some new moves, and then we can still sort of have the people that like the old play style, you know.
mhm.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we can get into some of the modes here, and then maybe we can get into some of the actual characters some more. What have you? I know you said you've been playing Kingdom, but you said you've been playing Classic mode the most out of Smash, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like and actually, classic mode is amazing. On Smash, I think on Ultimate they really did a really cool job at putting together at making every single one a different experience, it tailored for that character, which is so cool. I really got a kick out of stuff like there's like poetic names for every campaign for them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got a kick out like one of like for Little Mac. There's a stage, I think it's like right before the big boss at the end, where you're in the arena and you're facing Donkey Kong, just 1v1. And it's just like, that's amazing because that's what from the Punch Out on Wii. He was the final boss on Wii.
Yeah, no, they've done some really cool. Like you said, I think the Classic mode's great. How it is tailored and sort of gives you that. Like, what was I doing? Was it Incineroars where it was like all in the ring too, and it was just like, all right, you're just taking on all like the heavy battles, you know what I mean, and like the big boys coming into town, and yeah, it was pretty cool to do those, and it's like I always enjoyed doing some classic modes, but I don't know, it definitely feels better here. You start up, you can just jack up the intensity to 5, and then like as you play well, you start to you get more, your intensity goes up, and you get more points and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been playing World of Light?
I haven't touched it yet. I really haven't. I was like,
yeah, I know you've been
into that like tomorrow. I've been actually working on the Carcassonne review as well.
Busy
I got
man.
into, when it rains, it pours.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah, you know all about that.
But yeah,
no, not yet. So tell me about it.
So yeah, you start out, and as the trailer shows, you start out with your boy Kirby, and it's the map, and you go and you run into like little fights. And what's really cool is it's like, so the idea is that these spirits have taken control of like one of the main fighters, right? So so what they do is, it's like, I'm trying to think, one of the someone was on the staff was saying, I haven't actually encountered it, but it was like Ness's dad was the spirit, and it's represented by a phone. So it's like, oh, okay, that's funny.
Amazing.
But when you do the actual fight, I forget who the actual fighter is that you battle, but they're invisible because you never see the dad. You know, so it's like, it's just funny little things like that, where it's like very like they try and replicate what that spirit's like sort of essence is in their story, and like how they sort of live within their franchise, and they try and do that with I know there's 70 fighters, but it's still like all of the thousands of spirits to sort of represent from a main fighter. It's really cool how they do it.
Oh, dude, that's what I love. Now, the only thing about it is that they don't really give any info about it.
Well, yeah,
which is so weird.
Yeah, I think the trophies were awesome because it was like you unlock the trophy, you could click on it, and then it was like it would give you a rundown of who or what this trophy was, like what they were to their franchise, etc.
Absolutely.
Which is fantastic. I feel like with World of Light, it's much more like, hey, here's this character, here are the parameters of the fight, which might give you a hint of what that, like, oh, this character likes to grab items, or like, this one's made out of metal, like, so they'll have the metal power up the entire time.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's ingenious. It. So I feel like with World of Light, it's like you need to sort of have the base knowledge to really appreciate the work that was put into these fights and the different parameters and stuff, where the trophies would be more like, hey, you don't know anything about this, why don't you learn? Where now,
I mean, it seems like it's a total lot, like it could have been a total museum.
Well,
like, literally.
Oh, absolutely. But I think what ultimately probably came down to it is that there's over 1,000 spirits, right? So that's,
I don't know.
There's over 1,000. I don't know the exact number, but that's a lot of research and a lot of writing and a lot of localization,
Oh, I know.
So I'm guessing that's why they avoided it. But like you said, I mean, I don't want to say they should have went the extra step, because it's like this whole game is going the extra step. But it's like they could have gone, if they had gone one more step, and it would have been a big one. It would have been really cool to have all of that wrapped up into one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so essentially you going around defeating these battles, and some of them are really easy, and then you run into some that are really difficult. And like I've gotten to some where I'm like, well, I better just come back to that when I've got like a better spirit, because what you do is when you go into these battles, you pick your fighter, and like you said, you start with Kirby and you unlock fighters by just as you go around the board. There are different nodes, like, oh, that's a fighter, so I want to get to that, and usually they're blocked by a bunch of fights, so you go in, you fight that fighter, you unlock them, and then you can play with them moving forward in World of Light, as well as in multiplayer and all that other stuff. It'll probably be the slowest way to unlock all the characters if that's solely how you were doing it, but it is nice that you can unlock them in the World of Light and then have them for the rest of the game. But you also equip like a main spirit, and then you can like equip like little spirits on top of that. So it's like there's four. I was gonna say three. There are 4 types of spirits, and it's like it's.
Can you do more than one spirit at a time of the secondary ones?
Yes.
Just one at a time?
Well, it depends. Some spirits have like no slots for extra ones. Some have 2. Some have 3. So what happens? And then some spirits are worth 1, 2. I don't know if I run into a spirit that's. Excuse me, I'm getting over this cough. It's killing me. No, I already had my coffee. Yeah, there are some that are like 2. I don't know if they're going to be 3, but those mini spirits have like abilities. So it'll be like, oh, you don't stick to like the floor. because one of the fights was like, oh, the floor is sticky, so like you barely move very well, or it's like, oh, your jumps are higher. So it's like, oh, you start the battle off with whatever random item that is attached to that spirit. So it's like you can sort of customize how you want to play it. And there are 4 types of main spirits. There's like, it's like blue, red, green, and then neutral. And it's sort of like the weapon triangle, I feel like, from Fire Emblem, where it's like red is sort of like off like a sword and offensive, and that beats, the green, and the green beats the blue, I think, and blue beats the red, kind of thing. And so if you're going up against like a certain spirit, it'll be like, hey, you're at a disadvantage using this spirit, you might want to change it. And then you could sort of change, and it's really easy before the battle to change swips and swap out different spirits. You could save teams too, so like you could jump around. Like pretty much, I feel like it's gonna get to a point where you have like 4 main spirits. Like, hey, I have one for each strength, and then I've got like mix and match the other spirits on there. But on top of that, those spirits level up and they gain more ability, more power. You can also sort of, I forget the exact word they use, but you can pretty much demolish your spirits, and then they give you like little token spirits almost, and you can use those to power up, or if you get certain combinations, you can actually summon different spirits. So there's quite a bit of depth if you want to go digging. You can pretty much just go around the board using the spirits you unlock and get through it, or you could really dive deep and use power-ups and different spirits and all this stuff. So it's got that flexibility of being casual / really deep too, if you want to get into it. There are actually skills you can unlock within that too, on top of all the spirits. And these abilities sort of boost your character. I just got one that was like, you actually get like a little bit of a shield while you're doing power, holding like smash attacks. I haven't actually tested it out, but little things like that could sort of give you more of an advantage out on the battlefield. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I said, I really love some of these actual like battles you get into and how clever they are. But like you said, it's sort of, you need that sort of base knowledge on that character to really appreciate it. Yeah. And I feel like there are going to be tons of people who just don't pick up on those references and like might still appreciate the mode, but might not get the fullest at like the,
right.
Which, like I said, it's like I totally understand where Nintendo is coming from in the sense of not going that buck wild on all of the descriptions and stuff. But yeah, it would have been like, that would have been like the, all right, World of Light mode's the most insane thing ever.
I mean, I still love, the concept is awesome. The single player, having it's meaty, right? It's a meaty single player.
I think I've heard people like upwards of 20 hours to get through all of the World of Light.
And then there's the whole collecting all the things, all the spirits,
Oh yeah. Oh, if you're trying to get all the spirits, I couldn't even imagine. Now, I don't know if it's literally like if you beat every node that unlocks every spirit, or if it's going to require some, summoning spirits and breaking other ones up.
Yeah, but whatever. Whatever. It's cool. It's an awesome feature. The game plays really good, and all. I do feel like we need to talk about some of the baffling.
Oh, the online?
Online.
Yeah, I felt like that was where I was going to go next.
So weird. Now, if I have things straight, they have this cool idea where you set up what do they call it?
Like the arenas?
Stadium.
Yeah, the battle arena, I believe.
Yeah. And so what you do is, as a person, you set the rules and everything, and you make an arena, and then people join in that, and everything's good, right? You can spectate, you can watch if you're set on the sidelines, or you can, whatever. But I don't think you can change the rules of the arena once you've made it.
Yeah, I feel like the online is pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't get it. Why is it way worse than Wii U?
So I don't know. I've not unlocked. I believe it's like the
Elite.
Yeah, Elite one where
Smash,
I think
whatever.
that is pretty much the For Glory mode, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to play that.
Well, no, I know.
I just want to play with you, and and it's so hard to play together.
Yeah, I just
It's weird.
No,
I mean, like it's not impossible. So it's I don't mean to say like it's just complete garbage, but like I don't get why. One of the best things from when I play Smash with my friends is like we play and we go, okay, what are we gonna do next? And then we put just flags on, or we like, and it's drop in, drop out. It's so simple, but this was just like needlessly complicated, and it's kind of hard and annoying to switch your character. Instead of just switching your character in between, you have to get out, and everyone has to wait for you to switch characters, and they can't press A. And if one of them does, you're stuck outside of the match, and then on top of that, like if you're playing 1v1, like you said, talk about playing 1v1 online. Don't you have to spectate?
Yeah, so when you go into these battle arenas, what you can have 6 to 8 people. And I found when like you go into pretty much like items on 4-person melee or 2v2 melee, whatever you want to do, just go in there and have like whatever, we're just having fun, right? I feel like the battle arenas work well with that because it's like, okay, 2 losers out, 2 people spectating in, and it seems like, all right, I just got to sit one match out, right? Like, that doesn't seem too bad. Like, it makes sense. You got to do that in real life, too.
It's a great idea. Like, it's a great idea, an ideal for that mode.
But when you get single player, it's like, okay, now I've got a lobby of 6 people, and it's 1v1, and I'm third in line, and I'm just waiting. So whenever I've tried to play online 1v1, I just always look for either a room with 1 person or 2 people at most. So it's like, well, at least I'll only have to wait a match, But yeah, it doesn't
obnoxious.
seem like.
Why would you ever have to wait a match?
And I'm pretty sure it's like you could set your preferred style and rule set. Like, so say there are the people. It's like, I just want to play 1v1, no items. Like, that's what I want. That's what I set it up. But you could just still find yourself in a match that's not 1v1, or it's not with just items, or it has items, I should say.
So bizarre. And the thing that gets me is that why the step down from Smash 4?
I don't know if...
I mean, Smash for Wii U, where it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it worked great.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
This.
It's like, I'm trying to think if maybe... I don't know. Like, maybe they like somehow it would work better, for running online or something. I don't know. It just seems silly.
No, because it seems to run worse. I mean, the online has been very like consistently laggy when we've been playing. Not like unplayable, but sometimes unplayable. Just it's interesting, and I hope it's something that can be addressed. But the nice thing is, I guess nice thing is most of my best is like obviously playing like it's never gonna get better than playing local, and that's like where the heart of Smash is. But in a digital world now, the only way we've ever played Smash is online.
Did we didn't play PAX and?
I don't think we did. I think we did before the on Sunday we did, right? With Neil?
Maybe.
But then I had to play the GameCube controller, and I was like, I don't even know how to play the GameCube
You monster. Controller. It's so funny. Never played Melee. What a monster.
But anyway, and like I said, I'm not saying that like, I'm not trying to crap on Smash Ultimate. It's an awesome game, and the characters are really fun. What's some of your favorite new characters?
For me, I am loving King K. Rool, baby.
Yes.
He's I was hoping he'd be great, and he is. I love that big old gut coming around. He throws his crown around.
It's so big.
No, I love it,
dude. No, his side, is it his side special, or is it just his normal
over B?
What do you call
it? Side B. I guess would be the special, right?
It's where he shoots the cannon and then he sucks it in.
Oh yeah, that I think if you just
Yeah,
just press B. And then, yeah.
That's an amazing.
It does a lot of damage, too. And then, like I said, I like going, it's like I'll throw the crown, I'll shoot off a cannon if I got to. I love when you run, he, like, does, like, a little slither. He's like, yeah, he's been my favorite so far. I've been playing a lot of him. I played a bunch of the Inkling early on, because that was, like, the first new character I unlocked. And the Inkling's fun, too. Not my favorite, but it's got like a nice, the roller is fun because it sort of plants the other person in the ground. I just unlocked Incineroar the other day, and I haven't really got to put too much time into him. I got Simon as well, and I would like to play more with Simon because I think he could be pretty badass. Like just from like messing around, like some of the skills are really cool. So I am looking forward to trying that, or I should say, by putting more time into that. But yeah, I mean, so far right now, it's King K. Rool all the way for me so far.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
I know. Like again, I know you haven't been...
a lot of brand new ones, you know. But I was gonna say, I mean, King K. Rool as well.
Copier.
Splatoon, you know, Inkling has been really fun. But I just haven't had a lot of time playing with them. The funny thing is, only DLC I got from the last one was Bayonetta, and she's the only one I've really had unlocked.
Go figure.
As well. So I really just haven't played enough. So I will say that one that I was very delightfully surprised at was the Pokemon Trainer, because you know I've only really played Smash 4, so it was fun playing with Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. It's so cool, and I already knew about that, but it's really like. It seems so powerful, that you can switch between, and you have so many different moves you can use, and you can have long-range attacks and stuff. It's pretty neat. And plus, Squirtle's just awesome.
Good old Squirt.
In Ivysaur and Charizard. But, yeah. So,
yeah,
anyway,
well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of more Smash talk.
No, there definitely will.
There definitely will. Here too, so.
Yeah, isn't it funny? It's like when the big game comes out and you're kind of stuck in review world.
Yep.
But it's not like a bad thing. It's just like it's kind of like, yeah, like I can't wait to play, and I'm not like my.
It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Smash though Ultimate. It's great. I've very much enjoyed my time. I just think that some of the design decisions are really baffling. Like another thing, like there's no All-Star mode. They took that out, which is really weird. Just kind of another take on the classic mode that I loved in Smash 4. You can't build your own arenas. There's no Smash Run, which I really, really liked from 3DS. And then, yeah, I just think that the online is really, really bizarre.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
I hope they redo it and just at least, I mean, keep that concept there.
That works.
Getting an arena,
yeah.
It works for certain, but bring back the original way where we can just someone has the ability to switch the rules to whatever they want, and it's really easy and it makes sense, and you don't have to just like if you're gonna like the preferred stage. Like if I want to play another stage, I have to exit out and go to that little and put my cursor over, and then do like what my preferred stage is. And if I don't do that, then it will keep playing the same stage over and over.
And you pick that one like the Game Boy, like small Game Boy one,
the Kirby one.
Yeah, and it's like again.
I love that stage. Yeah, but it's like keeps going. I know, and it's like. Guys, did you play this? I mean, this is so weird. You put so much effort, but it's like, do you play these games?
Yeah, they glossed over like the one thing.
Like, well, the online will probably be fine.
Yeah, just, it'll work.
Jeff's taking care of it by himself.
Yeah. Oh crap! The game comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll talk more about it next week. But. I say we take a quick break, and when we come back, we talk about a whole bunch of games that just come out.
Ooh-wee. Although I haven't looked at the eShop Roundup yet, but I have to imagine it might be a lighter week in comparison just because of the Smash effect. I don't know. It might be hopeful thinking.
I hope it is lighter for the games.
God, for
makers.
us.
Yeah.
For the game. Forget the game makers. For us, dang it.
And we're back with that eShop Roundup.
The eShop Roundup.
That's right, baby. Give me that
What's the count today, Case?
eShop. Let's see. We've got 3, 6, 9, 12,
Only
15,
28.
18, 21, 24, 27, 28. Oh, God help us.
28.
I
on
thought
Smash
you
Week.
were gonna... Yeah, I thought we were gonna get a break here.
You are such a dumb idiot.
Well, you know what that means. Lightning round.
That's right.
I feel like it's just going to be like an infinity loop. Like, it's just lightning round all the
What's
time.
faster than lightning? Because we're going to start to have to come up with that.
We're just going to read the titles of the name, and that's that.
Well, first up, we have Energy Cycle Edge for $4.99.
Boom. What do we
And-
got here? It's a sequel, baby.
To the puzzle game Energy Cycle. Oh, I remember this game.
Do you?
It's like a little puzzle game where it looks like you're rearranging stuff in space. And there's a woman who doesn't like to face the camera, but likes to look back. There's a
That's,
demo, so doesn't look too bad. $4.99, why not? Next up, though, some call Casey Gibson this back in his heyday.
Back
we
in the
have
old heyday.
Ultimate Runner for $19.99.
I was
Ready,
going to say,
set,
not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
I'm
This-
lazy.
Look at this game. It looks like it's
Little
just
temple
it's like
run?
it looks like the segments from Runner 3, like where it switches view.
Oh, God. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But like obviously not as good.
Yeah, little... Yeah.
No, it
it's-
doesn't look bad though. I mean, it's just, you're kind of a scary looking kid with very angry looking animals running after you.
Well,
I don't
next up here, we've got plain and simple basketball for
Yeah,
$9.99.
No, it's just called basketball. It sounded like it was called plain and simple basketball.
I'm surprised they just went with straight up basketball.
I know, that's weird, right? Have you got what it takes to win the Urban Basketball Championship?
No, not really.
This game looks as absolute bare bones as you could possibly look, which is pretty amazing. It looks like a 64 game. Right?
Yeah, really. Yeah, it sort of does. I wonder how. Who knows? Maybe they just were like, you know what? We're just going to concentrate on getting the gameplay right.
Yep.
Who knows?
$9.99. Next up, though, Gnome's Garden, $4.99.
Old Gnome's Garden.
And this looks like it looks like an iPhone game, it's management sim type thing. And you go through the world, and we all get it. We all get it. But it goes along with basketball.
Simply put, instant tennis.
There's a demo for this game. It's $8.99. Yeah, it looks like,
It actually doesn't look horrible.
No, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it's instant.
I tell you what, those courts look awfully skinny.
I tell you what, instant pudding done me good. So why not try instant tennis?
Or instant grits. Which
Yep.
no self-respecting southerner would ever do, apparently. According to my cousin Vinny.
Do you have a cousin named Vinny?
I don't. That's a movie.
Oh, okay. No, I
No, I know. Have you ever seen that movie?
I haven't.
I recommend you do. That was one that I've heard so many good things about, and then but I had also never seen it. Although
yeah,
I was gonna
Marissa
say at this
Tomei.
point it's probably I probably saw it 5 years ago at this point.
Marissa Tomei won an Oscar for it.
Good old Marissa Tomei.
I hear she likes short, stocky, fat, bald men.
We're in it
All right. Next up, we have Conduct Together.
together.
For
You like
together, yeah. Sorry, I said that wrong. $19.99. This looks like a cute little railroad sim type game.
A game of explosive railroad
Looks
action.
really cool, actually. Like like the menu systems and the design looks great. You know, like it's a very clean looking game. Looks great. Looks nice.
Sort of gives me vibes of Cluster Truck in like that visual sense.
Yeah. And also the Mugsters.
Yep.
A game of explosive railroad action.
I like it. Honestly, it's probably pretty cool.
Yeah, it does look better.
Next up, though, Julie's Sweets for $9.99. Julie's Sweets is a story-driven time management game with 60 story and 18 challenge levels. I tell you what, Julie is scary looking.
I know, and
look at that face. It looks like she's gonna murder you.
But yeah, you run a little bakery shop, and a lot of people are happy at the cinnamon rolls that you bring them, and they rate you with 3 hearts.
The best cinnamon rolls, baby.
I love cinnamon rolls. Next up, we have Rival Mega Gun for $14.99.
What a name! I love it.
Manic PvP battle shmup.
Oh, I saw a little something on this. It actually looks pretty sweet.
Dude, this game looks awesome. Are you kidding
me? And it's
me?
like, yeah.
This game looks legit awesome.
Is there online play? 1 to 2 players. 1 to 2 players online.
Really?
Because that would be... all right.
Challenge your friends or find opponents via matchmaking.
Because, yeah, like, that would be one that would be really cool to play. Like, dude, you and I, awesome. You know what I mean?
Is it Jordan that did that's reviewing this? And I think he's gonna...
Did he? I was gonna say I actually saw screenshots of this game and I was like, that looks so cool.
Yeah, looks
amazing.
And
now that we know it's online, that's even better.
It looks like a Neo Geo, like a really like a late Neo Geo game, like just really cool looking pixel graphics. But anyway, next up, we're gonna go to Ivanich.
You have an itch? Well, then scratch it, dummy.
Versus Eared Beast. And to make things even better, this is 20% off for $2.39.
Oh, baby.
And it looks like this guy, and the 2 screenshots is this guy running towards a snow wall with a gun that's corked, and then him losing, and him sitting there with a rabbit laughing at him, and he has his coonskin cap off. So there's a story mode and a survival mode. So there you go, Case. That's funny. I have an itch. So scratch it, you dummy.
Next up here, we've got Football Manager 2019 Touch for $39.99.
This would actually be Soccer Manager.
Yeah.
It's not football.
Yes, it is soccer. I haven't played these games, but I know they have a huge following. Yeah, I guess if you're more if you're more into like the simulation elements and getting your team right, I guess this would probably be more appealing than like a FIFA, you know, I guess. But yeah,
this is so far out of my wheelhouse, you know.
Yep.
Like for me, that's crazy. But I've heard good things about it. So $39.99. Next up, oh baby, Neo Geo baby. It's a week. Twinkle Star Sprites. And no, that's the name of the game. We're not just talking about the beautiful sprite work of a Neo Geo game.
Twinkle stars.
Yep,
yeah, this game looks pretty sweet too.
Is it a shmup?
I was gonna say it actually sort of like one of the screenshots looks pretty similar to the game we just talked about. That Rival Mega Gun.
Like a co-op. Like a co-op shmup, and it's really cute. So, man, dude, so many good games. All right, next up we have
Beholder. Complete edition for $11.99, down from $14.99. Currently on sale. How willing are you to bend your morals, Perry? Every choice you have will have a consequence.
Now, do you want to accept a private call or hang up?
See, you're sick.
Those are the
I don't want to. No.
Those are the
No
choices
phone calls.
you have. No phone calls, huh? Okay. Well, amazingly enough, this next Arcade Archives looks really cool, and I didn't realize that this came out. But we have Double Dragon 2: The Revenge, the arcade game for $7.99.
It looks so good, dude.
Yeah, it does.
Beating up some baddies.
Yep. And what are their names again? Billy and Jimmy.
Yeah. Casey and Pert.
Casey and Jimmy. Yep,
Next up,
Casey and
though,
Pert.
we've got a little game I've just started recently playing, not on the Switch, though, and that is Carcassonne for $19.99, and you actually have been writing the review for this.
That's right. I have written the review for it, but it's not... Well, it could be posted by the time. Yes, I will talk about this next week. I'm going to say it because I can. Don't buy this. Get it on the iPhone.
Boo!
Yep.
Are you feeling
absolutely.
okay, Perry? Did I just hear that right?
Yes. Just trust me. You can play it. There's no online on this version. And it's just not that very good of a version. It's not very easy to play. But you'll hear me more talk about it next week. The nice thing is, and I mentioned this in the review, if Switch is the only way you can play this, if you don't have a phone or, the means to buy the board game, it works, and you can play against computer and you can play with up to 6 people. Like, it works, but there's a bunch of flaws. Anyway, yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
Yep. Moving up here, though, free game Color Zen. Free download. Boom. This is a new kind of puzzle game, Perry. One that invites you to play, put on your headphones, and relax, and find your way through an abstract world of colors and shapes. Free download, and then it looks like they've got a few pieces of DLC. And by a few, I mean
6 of them.
Yep, 6. And they range from 99 cents to $1.59. So pretty cool.
Interesting.
You can get in there, see if you like it, and yeah.
Man, I didn't even realize this next one existed.
Yeah, it's a little known game.
No, this is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass combo for $84.98.
Boom.
And that'll obviously include all the fighters and all that whatnot. And we all understand what that is. Moving on
to Verlor Verstand.
Yeah.
I guess it's supposed to be like
an abstract indie adventure.
So abstract, we got an abstract name.
Yep. It looks like a bunch of places. It looks fine. It looks cool. There's a lot of cool
the
areas
screens
there.
look pretty cool, but yeah, it definitely looks like an adventure game.
It definitely looks like a game where you discover something about yourself.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on.
Sort of like this next game, where we
boy.
discover that Perry is not very good at games. No, I'm just kidding. Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek for
would have done the
$29.99.
same thing. You
I
wouldn't
know.
have done anything different.
Dude, let me just point you to the Wolfenstein 2 YouTube video where people compliment me on my aiming.
Oh, yeah. Let me just compare Hello Neighbor to Wolfenstein 2's gameplay.
Yeah, which one's easier to play? Probably Hello Neighbor.
Which one's easier to understand what the heck is going on?
Kill the Nazis. Yep, it's pretty straightforward. But
It
yeah,
is.
Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek. This is, I guess it's the sequel, but I don't know.
It's a prequel.
I don't know. I never got aboard the Hello Neighbor bandwagon
Yeah.
thing. But
Anyway, we can move on.
do you know where Santa is, Perry?
Of course, he's in the North Pole.
Well, if you ever did get lost and forget where he was at, we got the Santa Tracker, baby. $1.99. On sale currently, down from
What
$2.99.
in the world is this?
The only place to track Santa on Nintendo Switch.
Dude, do you see
That's
the
amazing.
screenshots for this game? You have Santa's blog and Eating the Evidence confidential. What is this?
Do you see the screenshot with like the random little cabin with the rainbow and then the moon with like a random face? No, God
Dude,
bless
this
him.
is a
The fact that the tagline is the only place to track Santa on Nintendo Switch. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
I love this game, and it's on sale for
buy it.
$2. I really should. That's so funny.
Next
Oh,
up,
yeah,
though,
I forgot this came out.
Yep, we got a Sega Genesis Classics. Woo! $29.99. This is the largest collection of retro games on the Nintendo Switch.
Over 50 titles, man.
That's a lot of game.
Yeah, and there's a lot of...
I like the little
game.
room.
Yeah.
With like the shelf full of Genesis
It has the
games.
shelf, which is great.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like it.
Anyway.
Now, this next game I've heard a ton about, but I've never played. And Katamari Damacy...
Katamari Damacy.
Reroll.
I bought this game physically.
$29.99.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like sort of weird and has a lot of charm, right? That's sort of the...
Exactly. That's why I bought it. So I'm going to talk about it next week. I haven't played it yet, but I will have played it by next week.
Yeah, I'd like to play that game at some point.
It's just there's a certain other game called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that's on the eShop for $59.99 that has demanded attention, needed attention. Next up, we have Quarantine Circular for $5.99. And this is an interesting looking. What in the heck?
I think it's a very like
and
text-heavy game where it's sort of like a lot of
join
dialogue
the
options
discussion.
and stuff. Yeah.
Diagnose humanity. So, text-heavy in your robots.
Boom, boom.
Next
up, though, we've got Guacamelee 2. And
That's
man,
right.
what a wonderful job with the choice of font color on this page here.
Yep.
Looks great. Looks great.
Everyone go to NWR TV right now and check out Casey's excellent review of this game. And I'm going to talk about it next week because I got a code from a friend for this game.
Ooh.
So
yes,
I'd
sir.
like to play. Dude, I can't wait to play this game.
Oh, it's a wonder.
The Chosen Juan returns.
The
Good old
Wander.
Juan.
Good old Wani.
But
Now-
next up, Solar Flux. Explore the farthest reaches of space and solve celestial puzzles in Solar Flux.
It looks visually very cool.
Very cool. Actually, that screenshot kind of looks like the cover of an ELO album. But anyway.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a puzzle type game? Yeah, it's a puzzle type game, and it looks really pretty. And don't worry, everyone. It's in Russian, so if you need
Well, there's that.
Yeah. Next up, though, we have Desert Child, the game that we had Oscar on a few weeks ago, I think.
Yep.
A couple weeks ago. His game is finally out. It's $11.99. And man, does this game look cool. It just oozes style.
It sure does. It sure does.
Yep. And after that,
Next
speaking
up,
of oozing style.
Kingdom. God, I almost died saying it. Kingdom 2 Crowns.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe this is $19.99, right?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
I really wish they would just tell you the dang price, even if you have it downloaded.
Man, they have some pretty spoilerific images on there. Good land.
Do they? No,
Yeah.
it's New Land.
It's not New
Ooh,
Land.
you
It's
see
2
what I did
crowns.
there? You see what I did
That was
there?
pretty good. That was
And
good. I enjoyed that.
To polish off this eShop roundup, we've got Everspace Stellar Edition.
Stellar Bra.
Yo, that stuff's tubular.
So this is like
$39.99.
Yeah, and I believe Dr. Reardon reviewed that for our
Dr.
site.
Reardon.
Yeah, and check out his review on the site and on NWR TV.
Well,
And,
I do like
man,
the
this game
tagline
looks
here.
awesome.
Yeah, combines fast-paced combat with roguelike elements, great visuals, and a captivating story. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet, actually.
Dude, it looks amazing.
Yeah,
I can't believe how good it looks. So, is this retail? It looks like it should be.
I love it. I feel like there is the subset of games that look interesting, but that Perry wouldn't buy unless if there's a physical version. Like this game, totally. Like you would never download this game,
No,
but if you
that's
could
not
buy
true.
it, but if you could buy it physically,
Dude, there is a definite value to buying physically. I 100% agree.
well,
Yeah.
what's your game? What's your pick of the week here, buddy?
My pick of the week.
Is it
I mean, there's
basketball?
a lot of good ones. I think I'm gonna have to pick Conduct Together.
Yeah, that was up there.
That's that railroad sim that or it's a explosive railroad action that just looks cute and fun. Like it just looks well designed, which is what I look for. It looks like you're trying to explode trains. So,
well, I mean, the obvious choice is Santa Tracker, but
man.
but if we eliminate that one from contention,
I know what you're gonna pick. Can I guess what you're gonna pick?
Sure.
Rival Mega Gun.
Yep, it was between that and Reroll, but I already knew about Reroll. I mean, I guess
Gotcha.
I knew a little bit about whatchamacallit, Rival Mega Gun, but no, yeah, definitely the old Rival Mega Gun. Great name, great looking game. Boom, boom,
Boom, boom, bobbity boo.
and you know what
All
time
right.
that means?
What time
We're
is
done
it?
with the eShop roundup.
Woo!
Get that out of the
That was
way.
a fun eShop case. I enjoyed
Yeah, that one we got through it. There was a bunch of good looking games,
Mm-hmm.
and now it is time for the old.
News Talk with Casey Gibson.
Yeah, so we've got ourselves some news bits here. Not a ton. You hear that, Perry? Not a ton, but we got
No.
some.
It's
And first, it's going to
Yeah.
be pretty much just the news that came from the Game Awards. So I guess we'll do it in order in which the Game Awards sort of announced them. And the first is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 The Black Order. Nintendo exclusive.
This is the weirdest thing ever.
I mean, for me, it doesn't really do much for me because
No.
I'm not a big comic book fan. The movies, I don't really love watching those movies. Whatever. It just doesn't do it for me. But from what I understand, there was quite a following for the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. And I guess they sort of went dormant for a little bit there. The second one, I'm trying to see, was developed and released in 2009. And now this one's coming out in 2019, so nearly a decade since the previous release. But yeah, I mean, like I said, to me, it doesn't really do that much for me, but I'm sure there are a lot of people who are pretty stoked about
Right.
that.
No, yeah, that's the same. I wonder why Nintendo is, frontlining this. Like, it's just really bizarre. Like, could it be any more bizarre?
I feel like
who
it's...
expected this?
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected it. But you know what? It sort of seems like Nintendo's isn't afraid to sort of go out and grab one of those not completely dead but sort of dormant franchises that sort of have that strong base, even if it's not the huge base. But at the same token, it is a Marvel game, so it's not like it's Bayonetta 3 where it's, it is Marvel. It will sell.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably, I feel like the Marvel
I
name.
guess you're right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Good point.
Now, next up here, Mortal Kombat 11. Now, this is so funny because I watched the Game Awards and I saw the trailer. I was like, man, what a brutal trailer. Just straight up. I mean, Mortal Kombat's always been all about the brutality.
Mortal Kombat.
But they really went hard on this trailer. And it's so funny because I was like, oh man, that game looks sweet. And then I just didn't even pay attention to it. And I did not realize it's coming to the Switch. Unbelievable.
That's right.
I'm super stoked about that. I will definitely get Mortal Kombat. It looks cool. I mean, they really didn't show any gameplay. It was just that sweet trailer. But yeah, I guess in my mind, I just wrote it off like, yeah, this isn't coming to the Switch. And then next thing you know, I looked, I was like, wait a second. And I guess it just shows you that third parties, man, you got to think about the Switch nowadays.
That's right. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, I'm super stoked, man.
It's so cool getting all these different
These big boy
things.
games.
Yeah.
For a lack of better
know?
words. Yeah, no, it's... Woo! I love it. Now, this last bit, I know it got you all hot and bothered. This last
did?
little tidbit. No, I'm just kidding. The last tidbit, I guess the haymaker, if you will, of the Game Awards was that the first DLC character for Smash Brothers has been announced, and it is Joker from Persona 5.
Man.
Now, it's so funny because the way it started out was like they very Persona-esque, and I was like, okay, I'm like, I figured maybe they're going to get some DLC. That would make sense. It's been a hot minute since Persona came out. Then all of a sudden he like turns the envelope around and there is the Smash seal on the envelope. Getting the invite, Joker. I couldn't believe it.
What were you? I mean, like, that is so weird. I mean, so my whole thing, my whole point is I know nothing, absolutely nothing.
I know you know nothing. That's okay.
No, I know. I'm just letting everyone know. I don't know who Joker is. I don't know.
It was a joke. I was saying you didn't know anything about anything.
Oh. Thank you.
Yep. But yeah.
Yep. So I want to know your take on this because you're a Persona player. You know, and now is Joker from the whole series or is it just from?
No, he's the protagonist of Persona 5.
Oh, he's the protagonist.
Yep. Yeah. So that's your character that you play as.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So pretty much like in all of these Persona games, it's like you got your one main character, right? And then like you make friends and you get people to join your party, and that sort of branches out. And a lot of the emphasis is on the relationships and the friendships you make with these people. But yeah, so Persona 5.
So why is he in Smash?
I mean, I guess you could look at the Atlas lineage with Nintendo, and it makes sense. 3DS has bajillion Atlas games. They've been releasing games on Nintendo consoles forever. But yeah, no Persona, I mean, I guess Persona Q and Q2, and by theory, Joker is in Q2, so he has been on the 3DS in Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It seems strange because, I mean, unless if Persona 5's coming to the Switch, which it could be that way. I don't know. There's rumors swirling around, but I forgot if it was you or David who was like, yeah, I mean, that's like the easiest rumor of all time to call, after, he's coming to Persona. I mean, Smash. Yeah, Persona 5's coming.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess Nintendo's trying to get the biggest and baddest, and, that's a pretty interesting.
Is that a big and bad? I mean, is that?
I mean, I would say so. I mean, Persona is a huge franchise. You've got the main character from that, coming to the game now. I don't know. It is funny though, because I saw a meme before that was like, Joker gets the invite, and then like Rex is like, "What the heck?" Like he's not even on the Switch, and he's getting the invite to Smash. But
I know. Wasn't that funny that we talked about the DLC and what we wanted and stuff, and I was like, the only thing is like, I just want Nintendo stuff. Like, that's all I want. Like, I don't really care. I don't want like all this third party business. And it's like
here you go.
Isn't that funny? It's like literally I could not be any more. I mean, I'm not like I totally get people appreciate it, but it's like, guys, this is so like pandering to like Nintendo is obviously just trying to get other people into Smash.
I mean, I guess like I feel like at this point we just know it's like Smash is just going for like the biggest and baddest crossover, and they want to get all gaming represented. And it's like,
I guess, but
I know there's more Nintendo characters. Stuff? I don't know.
No, I mean, why isn't it stuff? I mean, it can be third party, but why?
Well, but like I said, maybe this is some sort of deal where you go, oh, wait a second. They announced in the, let's say, the January Direct, Persona 5's coming to Switch, and then it's like, oh my God, and he's in Smash. They play Smash.
That would have made way more sense.
And that's still possible, It could be one of those.
I know, but isn't it weird that it's not announced? Like,
I guess, but it could be one of those where it's like, hey, like Smash, Joker's dropping in Smash, and then all of a sudden be like, hey, Persona 5's coming, and now everyone who's played Smash and played Joker, it's like, oh, like, I love Joker. He's so much fun to play. Like, I'm interested in Persona 5 now, so.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's sort of, it's like the cart before the horse or whatever.
I mean,
the horse before the cart, what I want to say.
Yeah. No, you're right. But it's just my whole thing with Smash is I love the history. I love who they are. I love, like, them earning their spot. in Smash. I mean, like whatever. But I feel like that's kind of what a lot of people think. And it's just kind of like a what? Like you mean say who you can pick your character, Paper Mario, Waluigi, whatever, Rex. Like they're not in Smash, but like this guy who has no business, but
Yeah,
it's just
well,
like,
I
okay,
mean,
since he's in a popular franchise, people are going to like it. So
yeah, I mean,
I feel like
yeah.
it takes away from what Smash Bros is, like to me.
Well, for you, I feel like what Smash Brothers is now is just we want everything. We want to like have the entire game's market or not market, like industry covered. We want your character, we want this character. It's like sure they could just dump a bajillion Nintendo characters because we all know there's a million of them.
Isn't that the whole point though? I mean, I think that's.
I don't think it is. I think the point is we want to have every. We want to have all of these gaming icons, all of these characters from different series and different genres all blending together. I think that is the goal, and I don't know. It could have at some point it shifted, like you said, from going from like, oh, we just want Nintendo, like to it. I feel like the focus has definitely shifted to that want to be more encompassing, all encompassing.
Yeah.
And whether that makes you happy or other people, you know what I mean? But I feel like it seems like that's the goal, no?
I mean, I'm not totally convinced on that. I mean, just because of Joker, I think the Persona 5 is coming, or Persona 5 Pocket Edition or something is coming to Switch, and I think that's why he's on it. So I wouldn't just say because otherwise it makes no sense.
Well, I mean,
it's building the brand, it's building a thing so people buy stuff on their platform.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
I just say because
I don't think it's just for Smash. I think it's for their platform. I think it's so that they can have any game on their system.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could also a big bargaining chip for Nintendo to be like, hey, hey, bring that to us and we'll throw you this.
Yeah, and I guess, that's cool. And like I said, there's over 70 characters, and most of them are Nintendo characters. So there's a lot of cool stuff. So
I think it's going to be more interesting just what this leads to as far as the rest of the DLC characters.
And the thing that worries me, did you hear what Sakurai said?
Yeah, that Nintendo decided, right?
Well, he said that this paints the picture for the rest of them, too.
Yeah, so...
Like, no!
So, yeah, I mean... Like, that's why, I
mean, as a diehard Nintendo fan, right? Like, I can respect other franchises and stuff. Like, I'm just disappointed because that's not what I want. That's literally all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I just want some rooted, deep Nintendo, lore. I just love that because it's so wacky and funny. So, but what do you think though? I mean, what is your opinion?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I haven't beaten Persona 5 yet. I probably mention that like at least once a month. If it came to Switch, I would be super stoked. But as far as Joker being in Smash, I'm down with it. Sure, there are probably some Nintendo characters I could see coming in that would be really cool, but I'm game for whatever. Like I said, with my philosophy in Smash is just sort of take it as it comes. I'm not gonna, hey, that character does it for me, sweet. Hey, I don't really care about it. It's like, well, like you said, there's 70-something others to play with.
So, I mean, and I don't mean to paint a picture. I mean, like, were you like stoked about it, or is it just kind of like that's cool? Or
I was pretty stoked, like not like elated over the moon. Like to me, Cloud was still the most hype Smash announcement of all time for me. Just because it's like I feel like that's when like the doors really broke off. Because it's like I feel like you get those characters
that was
like
the weirdest thing
like Ryu.
in the world.
It's like okay, that makes sense. Like it's not tied to like PlayStation.
I mean, I guess Sonic was probably. I
hate Sonic, so I guess I just didn't really care at all. But
right,
like
but Sonic being in Smash is the like, huh? Like
I feel like it is,
even though he's been on the platform now.
Yeah, so. I guess I don't know. It's just different to me because Sega
Mario and Sonic
doesn't.
versus Olympics.
Yeah, I just feel like Sega is Sega, where it's like Cloud and PlayStation and Final Fantasy VII just still seems very PlayStation. Like, that's our baby, you know,
totally.
You stay away. But yeah, no, I think for me, I was like, oh, okay, cool, like some Persona DLC, like, cool, all right, cool. And then all of a sudden when it was Smash, I was like, what? Like, no way. Like, are you kidding me?
No, it's like mind-boggling, you know?
Yeah, it was like, wow.
I guess all in all, I would say, not that my opinion matters to anything, but like I couldn't have been more disappointed with what the next DLC was, and I couldn't like that did not make me want to buy the Fighters Pass at all, you know? So for whatever that's worth, I'm not like angry, and because I don't really care that much, like, you know, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you're sort of like, yeah, it just didn't do anything, you know, like, for
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's disappointing, but it's like it's not the end of the world, and who cares if I'm disappointed?
Yeah.
I just want to know other people's opinions, you know?
Yeah. No, like I said, I'm stoked. And like I said, I hope it means Persona 5 has a chance at coming out in the Switch.
Yeah. No, I think that would be cool, like, for sure. Yeah.
Yep. Now, to finish up this little news tidbit block we got here, for you Stardew Valley fans out there, the multiplayer patch is going to be coming Wednesday, December 12th. That is yesterday, if you're listening to when this comes out. So you can go over, if you're listening to this, and download that patch and start playing some multiplayer Stardew Valley.
That's right. And you got pretty hooked into that game, right?
Yeah, for a little bit. It pulled me in. Super fun little game. Very nice and relaxing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I hear that knock.
Oh, I think someone's here.
Victor's here. So, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. So let's just take a quick break. I'll leave him on the cold doorstep.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, I'll let him in.
You monster.
Okay, and we're back, and we have an incredibly special guest with us today for our topic of the show here. We got Victor Leão from down from Brazil, and it's past midnight down there. Hey, Victor, how's it going?
Good. What about you guys?
Good.
Yeah, Casey, you good?
Yeah, hanging in there. Not quite midnight here, but it is getting a little late.
Yeah. So we're having Victor on. Well, I wanted to have him on for a long time, because he is, and you can help correct me but he is the main artist from Dandara, correct?
Yep.
I mean, did you do everything, or?
Yeah. Everything you see on screen, it's done by me.
Yes, perfect.
And that's a beautiful looking game.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's and it's been winning awards, and it's been on countless lists, and it's on top of that, it's just a freaking awesome game. And and that was published by Raw Fury, and you know, we've met with a bunch of those guys at PAX, and also we had the creators on our show a couple times. Well, we met them at PAX of Dandara, and then we had them on here like when it was released. And but they were everything that Victor didn't do.
So now we can finally round out the rest of the crew here.
That's right. So and I've just been a really big fan of Victor and following him on Twitter. He's really good at showing off his art and showing his influences, which I really like. One of them being that, which I guess I don't want to get off on a too big tangent here, but is it Super High Dora? Is that what I'm thinking of? Was that you or no? Sorry.
Oh, that was actually John.
Yes.
The programmer, but he showed it to me, and
yes, he showed it to you. That's what I mean. Yeah. But then all those cool, you know, tons of Brazilian like folklore paintings and arts that you've snuck in there are really fun. In Dandara.
Oh yeah, people down here, they also love it.
Yeah, I bet it's so cool, man. So,
have you shack up with the Dandara guys too?
Yeah.
Did you know them prior to the game, or was it something that, you know, they were looking for an artist and you sort of, you know, threw your hat in the ring?
Yeah, actually, I didn't knew them before because actually I started organizing the indie community in our town.
Hmm.
And so I was pretty much the manager who hosted the local event. And then actually my parents, they had um, an office, and there was a room that they weren't using. And I just threw them the idea that, can I bring some people to actually work on games here since you're not using it? We might be able to pay you the rent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just gathered a bunch of guys working on games. There's actually three companies working on there now.
Oh my
Oh wow,
goodness.
that's amazing.
That is so cool.
So, and Lucas and John, the guys from Nandara, they were just two of those guys making games. And then we worked side by side for more than a year. And when they actually got the contract signed with Raw Fury, it just that was just a coincidence that I was looking for work, and then I offered them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you actually were with them in person, like through the whole project.
Yeah. So
Okay.
since from the beginning, I wasn't officially in the project yet, but the sprites from Dandara and the basic art direction, colors, and everything, I just helped them make. And actually, the Dandara sprite and the character design, I made it from scratch from the beginning, even though I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't officially in the project.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
Wow.
you snuck your way in there, huh?
well,
Well, no,
that's
he
gonna be
produced
bad.
the
No,
whole
I
thing.
know. I'm kidding.
Yeah, Casey's pulling your leg there. Uh, that's a really cool story. I love that. So, well, good for you. And what's really cool is that you got to work on, and this is something I didn't know. I mean, we've kept in touch, but I just didn't realize that because I hadn't seen you talk about it or anything. But you just posted one day that you were working on the new Kingdom game.
Yep.
And that you worked on the Shogun expansion or whatever you want to call it, new biome, the um, two crowns, uh, which is also being published by Raw Fury. So I kind of like to like, how did you get involved with that project?
Well, first I had to pay them some money. Okay, just kidding.
Yeah.
But um, so I knew Gordon because when we finished Dendara, actually some guys from our field, they came to Brazil and we had a barbecue party with our families and the guys from our field.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it was pretty nice. And then I already knew they were working on Kingdom, and Kingdom is actually their best-selling published game so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know they were going to need me, but Gordon just said, "Hey, we're making an expansion that's based on feudal Japan, and I know you like Japan, so are you interested in making some art for it?" At first, I thought about refusing because we're still working on some new things for Dandara,
Mm-hmm.
but he said it was just 2 months, so I accepted it. So it was pretty quick work.
That's amazing. Now, so something that I do feel, I mean, because I'm a huge Kingdom fan,
Mm.
and I know, I've been waiting for Two Crowns for a long
Number one
time.
Kingdom fan.
Yeah, I might be. I mean, yeah, I say
You're
that
up
even
there.
though I've
You're up
never even beat the first game, but that's because it's so freaking hard,
Yeah,
and
it's hard.
it is so hard. I mean, I've gotten to well into the fifth island, but I have never beat it because it's a roguelite, and once you're done, and you got to start over. Not that I mean, I plan to beat it one day, but I did get to review Two Crowns for our site, and I was absolutely just amazed at how. And we have already talked about this on the podcast, but just the Two Crowns is a new game where it features a kind of a different setup. But I actually didn't. I've been kind of confused with the setup for Shogun, this new expansion, right, to Kingdom. that is actually it's I haven't actually played it yet. So I mean I started it today actually because they just released an update for it the day that it was released. And so what this is, it's like a whole new campaign that they just add. It's like a DLC package, a free download to this game. And like you said, it's based in feudal Japan. And I just like was floored this morning. My wife came home on her break, and I was like downloading it, and I was like, I wonder if this is the update. And I turned it on, like, oh my goodness, Jill, like the art's different and it looks amazing, and like there's bamboo, and then like everyone, yeah, it's like set in a different place, and the coins have holes in them, and like it's just like it was awesome. So I just started playing again, even though I'm working on other reviews, and I'm like, Perry, what are you doing? You got to do other stuff. And so I cannot wait to dive back in. Actually, I'd kind of rather be playing Kingdom right now. It's so much fun, but not really. But I just think, and it's so cool that I did get to beat the game, and I did see your name in the credits, and I thought that was really fun. So, but you only worked on Shogun, right? I mean, you didn't. Was none of your stuff in the Two Crowns?
No.
The base.
Because like so if that makes sense, Casey, like it's like it's still Two Crowns, but it's like a DLC pack to Two Crowns. Does that make sense?
No, I get what DLC is.
Yeah, but it's like yeah. Okay, you get it. I get what DLC is. Yeah. Well, so Victor, I want to talk about your like what did you grow up playing?
Well,
like what kind of games?
Lots of Mega Man games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was a huge Mega Man fan. In fact, I'm still am, but there's not so many new games out.
That's right.
The originals, or were you like a Mega Man X guy?
Yeah, since I was born in 91, I had much more contact with the X games. But here's the catch. Here in Brazil, we did get the consoles like a few years later than you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like 5 years later, back in the 90s. Yeah. I mean, we would get them earlier, but the prices were just prohibitive over here. Sure. And yeah, so basically, I had a cousin who actually taught me how to emulate when I was like 5.
Oh yes, because you had to.
Yeah, because I had to. I wanted to play the games, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna teach you." And that was actually really nice because I had access to what came out in the 80s. So I played lots of the classic Mega Mans. While I was still playing the X games, I played the classic ones. And at first it was hard because they're not only a graphical downgrade, but actually the gameplay is not as smooth as the X games.
Right, for sure.
But I did grow up with that, and I learned how to like it. I'm still pretty fond of those games, so it was something positive.
What?
Learning how to digest that kind of medium when I was younger, because now I can play it without any problems. I'd rather play a good old game than an average new game or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, did this sort of set your path on, like, have you always wanted to get into, making games and making art for games, or was that something that, sort of came later on?
Well, it came a little bit later on. Actually, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I knew it was something art related because that's what I liked to do since I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of hard because we didn't have anything. We didn't have any courses, and that was just, nobody talked about this, like gaming as a career here in Brazil until very recent.
Yeah, there's no path set out for it, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. So when I was 21, I had the first chance to actually study abroad for some months, just English, the language.
Oh, cool.
So, and I went to San Francisco, and I saw some gaming colleges there. but they were expensive. So when I came back to Brazil, I started looking for gaming courses here, and there was a brand new one in my city.
Oh
So
my goodness.
so I
Good
took it, and it wasn't very good. But from the start, I realized, okay, I'm gonna have to make things my own way if I want to start making games. So that was when I started organizing the local community and the indie events here.
And you just made it happen. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
That's
really
a,
cool story.
That's a life lesson that I've learned in the past 3 years, is that if you really want anything to get done, you kind of have to do it yourself.
yeah. Some paths are like you have to make your own way. It's not like being a doctor where you have a set path.
Right.
In games, you
Yeah.
kind of have to make things your own way. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, so, before, so have you worked on anything before Dandara?
Yeah, I did. I helped making the demo version for a game that got kickstarted. It was called Moira. Unfortunately, the game didn't come out yet because the team is having problems finding a full-time programmer. But they're kind of hard. They're kind of in a hard spot right now because the project is a bit old, and maybe it's hard to find a good programmer to fully dedicate to it. But I have the art direction, the demo version, and most of the assets that are in the game when it comes out, they will be mine.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's a pretty cool game. It simulates a Game Boy game that, as you progress in the game, it starts getting colored. So it's Game Boy Color.
Oh, cool. And what's the target platform for that?
It's PC. At the time, it was Wii U actually, but probably if
Amazing.
they're in first
Probably a good idea to move on
Yeah, I
from
would say
that.
the delay might actually help things.
Yeah.
Do you have a Wii U?
No, I don't.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying. Don't
The
blame
last
me.
console I bought was the 3DS.
Yeah. We me and Casey pride ourselves on that we started during the Wii U days. In the rough, our podcast here, back when we had
those were the good old days, man. When you had you had time to go back and play some classic games.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, there's no good Wii U game coming out for like another 2 months.
Yeah, but then like Kingdom and Smash Brothers are coming out like on the same day, and like I mean, it's
like, and then Guacamelee too, like just came out also. It's like, oh my goodness, there's just not enough time.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Switch. There's just tons of games being released at the same time.
And there's a lot of good ones. Like that's the thing. It's like, no offense to any of the developers, like you just don't have time to play them. It's like, it's not that they're not good. It's that there's too many. Not that, and it's
too many games.
I mean, good. I mean, as a consumer, that's a good problem, I suppose. But so as you right now, I mean, do you play a lot of games? Do you make time to play games still? Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
You do? What are you playing now?
Right now, Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't own the Switch, but John, one of the programmers from Dandara, he does, and he always leaves his Switch at the office. So when we're done working, we always play like an hour of Smash.
Awesome.
Oh, I was gonna say with all those people there too from the different teams, I bet get some good Smash tournaments coming on.
Yeah, and the best part is that they just hate me because I'm sorry, I'm pretty good at Smash.
I love it. The best thing is they hate me.
The best thing is they hate me because I'm the best.
Yeah.
But even when we are playing like 5 or even 8 people on the same Switch, just everybody gathers together to try to kill me, and they usually manage to kill me.
But that sounds like my kind of strategy.
Yeah,
take them out.
That's what Casey does every time we're playing with the group. Hey, Perry has one more stock than everyone else. Get him.
Get him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who have you been maining? I mean, I know it's still very early, but
but actually I play the same character since the first Smash, so I play as Samus.
All right, very nice.
Dark Samus.
And I'm pretty I'm pretty bad in a way that I kind of cheat a lot with her because when there's those multiplayer battles, I'm mostly just shooting projectiles at people, and when they get close to me, I just spank them.
That's Smash Bros. What are you talking about? That's
amazing.
how you play. Yeah, that's what I did with Duck Hunt on the previous one. You just keep throwing frisbees and kicking cans at them, and they just can't get near you. And if you can time it right, it's just like the most annoying thing in the world for them.
Yeah,
But,
I hate that strategy, but I do the same.
Yeah, Young Link's good for that one too. All those bombs and arrows and stuff.
Me and Casey have one strategy, and that's to get the W, to win.
It's all about the dub. It doesn't matter how you get it, man.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's important is to see your character in the big screen.
Exactly. Yep.
I was just thinking that Travis Strikes Again, a No More Heroes game.
Yep.
Is having a Dandara T-shirt in it, right?
Exactly.
Doesn't it have your art?
Actually, that logo that Travis has on the T-shirt, I made it, but I made it on top of a commissioned art that another artist made for Dandara.
Oh, but it doesn't have the sprite on it. Does not have the
Dandara
no,
it doesn't have the sprite.
I actually haven't seen it. I just heard that it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's just a silhouette of the Dandara logo because.
Oh, okay.
When we were working on Dandara, Rafi commissioned an artist that they always commission. It's the same artist who does the key art for Kingdom.
Yes.
Her name is Kelly Smith. She works at Capybara Games.
Okay.
And she actually made all the high resolution art for the first release of Dandara. After the game got released, now I'm making the key art pretty much in her same style. But at the time, I didn't have good drawing skills to make those, so we just wanted the game to look prettier.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, that's it.
Amazing, dude. It's so good. You're gonna have to so now if you could just give me a couple things on the Shogun that I can look forward to seeing, because if that's okay, if you could tell me what you did, I'm so interested to know, and we can use that for the art on our episode.
Okay, so things I did for Kingdom. Lots of background stuff, like the constructions you make. I made the dojo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now you can construct a dojo where you have new ninja units there.
Oh my goodness, I'm so freaking excited.
I'm looking at Google Images right now.
Yeah.
Now you can have also a Kirin to ride. A Kirin is kind of like a type of dragon that they use in their folklore.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like Shenlong from Dragon Ball, but it looks like a horse also.
Very cool. And you animated that? Like you did that?
No, I didn't animate the Kirin, but I did make the special tree where you find the Kirin.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I actually didn't handle, but when we were dividing the tasks, there's another artist called Martin, and he's been doing art for the whole Two Crowns expansion. So everything I could, I just asked him to animate because he's such a good animator. And the animations you see in Kingdom, they're pretty much a set style.
Awesome.
So I'd rather stick with the background because it's a style I'm not really used to.
Sure.
But I did animate some stuff that was mostly like repainting on top of the old characters.
Sure.
I made some. Wait, let me open the folder here so I can tell you what I did.
Yes. There's these cute little they're called pikemen. Did I tell you about those?
Yes, you did.
You did tell me. But those are just from Two Crowns, not the
not Shogun. Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, so there's two kinds of new archers. I animated both. One of them has a an armor, like a Japanese feudal armor, and it's a little bit yellow with a pointy head. So I made those.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I made a. Let me see. So those guys. There's also some new workers that they wear those bandanas, those really traditional bandanas that fishermen used. So I animated one of those guys. Also, so two kinds of archers. Those workers. I made a variation of the deers that you can find. So some animals also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed actually a lot of different ones in the new one. So.
Oh yeah, they totally reskinned the game to reflect the Japanese setting.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I played it for like 10 minutes today. You know, I kind of just like got off the first island, and it was just amazing. Like it was so much fun to see, because it was kind of one of those things. Like I didn't really understand that a whole new expansion was coming to this game. You know, I just beaten it, and it's like, oh my goodness, you know. So very, very cool. And I didn't realize how much stuff you did. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
But probably on the bamboo biome, I worked on a third of the assets. Yeah, that was well divided because we were 3 artists. So
yeah.
No, that's great though.
And I mean, and I know everyone's heard me say this, but I mean, if you don't want to play the game, just look at the game and look at I mean, it is just the most gorgeous pixel art with the gradient lighting and then on top of that, the soundtrack is just incredible. I just love the game. I'm sorry. I could go on forever about it, but we better stop because like I said,
we'll be here all night. Yeah.
Yeah. Casey has to stop me sometimes. So, but Victor, thank you so much for coming on. I've been wanting to have you on for a long time, and it's really cool to hear how you, how that whole thing came together in Brazil with your indie game catalysm.
It's cool, like you said, to just go out there and start it up, and to see what has come from that it must be pretty cool to like look back and be like, wow, like I'm glad I ended up doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then one of these days you got to make it up to PAX sometime.
Yep. I'm definitely coming.
It is so much fun.
For the next project.
Yes.
The next project, you say?
Yeah, which I'm already working on, but I can't say much for now. Sorry.
I don't blame you.
No, I'm not telling anyone. You can go ahead and tell us.
I don't. Let me click stop recording.
No, we're not.
Well, I can tell it mixes pixel art and 3D. That I can tell. So it looks a lot more modern.
Heck yeah!
Not interested.
I like it.
Just kidding. That sounds awesome, dude. I can't wait to hear more about that. But if people, because people should follow Victor, what's your Twitter handle?
It's LotoVic with a K. So that's my handle.
How do you spell that?
LotoVic. LOTOVIK.
There you go. And that's it. LotoVic. And then not a C, it's a K at the end.
Yep.
Even though your name is spelled with a C.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that using the letter K sounded a bit Eastern European, so it was kind of nice.
It's actually the Lodovic. It actually looks really cool. I like that word. I like the letters in that word. It's cool with the K especially. Otherwise, people would be saying Latovich.
Yeah.
Or, so yeah,
yeah, we can't have that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got to stick with that K. So, but thank you so much for coming on. And we can't wait to see what other projects you do. We're big fans, and your art's amazing, and the games that you've done so far are incredible. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for coming by. We appreciate it.
We should play Smash sometime.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And you and me can collectively beat the crap out of Perry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll allow it because I kind of like it because it's kind of funny. But to me, to do that, or you should just do that from the beginning. Like even like when I'm barely hanging on and you guys have like 4 stock and I have 1. Get paid.
Yeah.
Finish him off.
You got it, man. There's nothing more satisfying.
All right.
Oh.
Alrighty, well that was awesome. I'm
Yeah.
always great to talk to people who are making games, but that's really cool little story that he just sort of was like, hey, I'm gonna put this empty studio we have to use for all these people, and I'm glad it's turning out, and they're churning out some cool games.
And Boosh Dandara comes out.
Yeah.
And and I just listening to him talk about Kingdom and about what he's done, it really got me excited to play it too. So
You're ready to
I'm
go
pretty
play right
jazzed
now.
up right now. I want to. I'm so tired, but oh man, can't wait.
You can sleep when you're dead, Perry,
You,
as they say.
that's a good attitude,
Yep.
Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll do it for our show, right?
Yeah, I believe
I mean,
so.
we're
Nice,
done.
nice little
This is a
healthy
hearty-
ep,
Yeah, it's a hearty show. I'd say.
as they do.
I'm gonna go check and see if that possum is still there,
Yeah.
or if it's come
He's
back,
probably
'cause I heard
taunting
Eleanor
you.
barking.
He's probably got his friends, and he's probably waiting to kill you.
There's like a buck like behind him,
Yeah, he's
like
like,
staring at me as
Yeah.
I walk out.
just because I'm small.
Just take the broom. I don't even want the broom. You can take it. He just like throws the broom with his antlers away. You know.
That's so funny.
Anyway, you can find us over at Talk Nintendo Pod on Twitter. That's Talk Nintendo.
P-O-D.
That's right. And we have, of course, always check NWR TV on YouTube for latest videos. You can watch our podcast there, reviews, all that jazz. And then, of course, our humble website, NintendoWorldReport.com, for everything else. But that's it then. We're done. We're leaving.
Kaput.
Christmas
Put
is
it in
coming.
the books.
I hope you're excited for our Christmas episode, which is going to be
Woo-wee.
next week.
Good land, it is. But yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Guess I better go to the store and get ready to mail some stuff.
Because the week after is Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, are we gonna record on Christmas? I don't know.
Alright,
We'll figure that out later.
All right.
I mean, I'll be
Well,
around.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
see you later, Case.
Poos.
Merry Christmas
Not yet.
and a Happy New Year.
You filthy animal.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. You are such a dumb idiot.
So you had a snowball fight with a possum? This son of a gun comes over here. He sends his dog at me at first, and then he comes over and he dusts me with snow.
Wow.
So you snuck your way in there, huh?